Listen to me. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how smart you are. If you're not consistent, you will lose every single time. Consistency. It's the secret sauce. It's what separates the winners from the wannabes. Anybody can show up once. Anybody can be great for a day. But real greatness comes when you do it. Day after day after day. When you grind, even when you don't feel like it. You want success? You want change? You want to level up? Then you better understand consistency is louder than motivation. Motivation will get you started, but consistency will keep you going. You won't always see the results right away. Sometimes you're planting seeds and it looks like nothing's happening. But if you trust the process, if you keep showing up, keep giving your best, the harvest will come. It always comes. So don't you quit because it's hard. Don't you quit because it's slow. Champions are made when no one's watching. Champions are built in the dark. Consistency builds character. Consistency builds habits. Consistency builds empires. And remember, small, consistent actions over time create massive results. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. You know what's crazy? Everybody wants to talk about talent. Everybody wants to brag about how gifted they are, how smart they are, how naturally good they are at something. And don't get me wrong, talent is great. Talent can get you noticed. Talent can give you a little head start. But listen to me real close. Consistency beats talent when talent isn't consistent every single time. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't show up day after day, if you don't put in the work when it's boring, when it's painful, when it's lonely, you will lose to the person who does. Because talent without discipline is just potential. It's a promise with no delivery. It's a Ferrari with no gas in it. It looks good, but it's not going anywhere. Some of you are sitting around waiting for your talent to carry you to the top. You're waiting for the world to discover how special you are. But the truth is, the world doesn't reward talent alone. It rewards perseverance. It rewards consistency. It rewards that person who gets up every morning and grinds, not just when it's fun, not just when it's easy, but when it hurts, when it's boring, when nobody's clapping for them, when it feels like it's not even working. Let me tell you something real. I've seen some of the most talented people on the planet lose. I've seen singers who had the voice of an angel, athletes who had crazy skills, entrepreneurs who had genius ideas. And you know why they didn't make it. They weren't consistent. They got distracted. They got lazy. They thought their gift was enough. Meanwhile, someone with half the talent, half the natural ability showed up every day, worked on their craft every day, got better every day.
Amado here. How are you doing? How are you doing? I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me and I am loud and clear enough, please go ahead. Let me know in the comments. You can hear me and I am loud and clear enough. Please go ahead. Leverage 25 online conference. This is our 5th session and I am super excited to be here. If you can hear me, please go ahead. Let me know in the comments. I'm excited. Fantastic. A Dizzy Lord said loud and clear enough. Amazing. Fantastic. You're welcome. I am super excited, super pumped up, super happy about tonight's session. And I am pretty confident that your life will not remain the same, especially considering the topic that we're going to be having. My boss, my mentor is already backstage. I can see him from here. Very shortly, we'll be bringing him up. But before we do that, just a quick shout out and then we'll get started. If you go ahead, let us know where you're joining in from. I'll just do a quick shout out and then we get started. Just go ahead, comment your current location, your location where you are joining in from. This is the Leverage 2025 online conference. This is our 5th training session for the conference and it's been a phenomenal journey thus far. Super excited because I know that you know what they say about the bottom of the pot, of the African pot, is always the sweetest. I assure you that your life will not remain the same. Go ahead, comment where you're joining in from. I'll do a quick shout out and then we're started. We have Gladys Sango from UK. Good to have you, Gladys. We have Jogai Aaron from Edo. Good to have you. We have Michael from Maiduguri. Good to have you, Michael. We have Barry Day, John Femi from Lagos. Good to have you. God's Will from Delta. Gideon from Maiduguri. Good to have you. Oluwaseun from Delta. Good to have you. We have Margaret Adiria from Zaria, Kaduna State. Good to have you. Damilola Adebisi from Niger State. Good to have you. Mercy from Zaria. We have Ayuba JC from Kano. Good to have you. We have Nathan Yakubu from Zaria. Good to have you. Zilot all the way from Kaduna. Good to have you. We have Vera Enne from Port Harcourt, River State. Good to have you. We have Akos Man. Good to have you. Livinus Yahi from Maiduguri. We have James Jr. from Kenya. We have Grace Emmanuel all the way from Bauchi State. Excited to have you. Quite a number of people. We have Ese Oga from Lagos, Nigeria. Good to have you. Good to have you. Every single person, for those of us who are here live and those who will be watching the live broadcast, we're excited to have you. We have quite a number of people joining outside of the country, outside of Africa. We're excited to have you join us. And I assure you that the well you're about to drink from is not a dry well at all. For those of you who participated in the last training session, you can attest to the fact that it was a refreshing time. I tell you, I've gone through the teaching again, and it's been a mind-blowing one. And I'm super confident that what we're about to receive tonight will not be any different. So better get set for a life transforming time. I'll do a quick announcement, and then we'll bring my boss up stage, and then he will take over and we'll get started. Number one, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you've not done that, please do well. That's the least you can do. Click on the subscribe button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Number two, I'm going to be making an announcement for Mr. Elisha Mamman's books. Some of us were asking, how do you access his books? How do we access his book? And then also one of his mentorship program for those of us who are interested. I'll put up the link somewhere at the end of the program. For you to have the best quality, click on the gear icon on your screen and set your quality to 720p. That's the highest quality that you can get. So set the quality of your video to 720p for the best quality. And lastly, for those of us who want access to the audio, I'll make an announcement at the end of the day, but you can get access to the audio for all the sessions in one place and all of the training resources in one place. That said, I am eager, excited to have my boss join me. I'll be bringing him up now. Fantastic. Can you guys see my boss? Can you guys see my mentor? This your office gives me a lot of positive memories. what I've drank what I've drank in that room is enough to sustain me for the next 100 years. The office itself is a huge inspiration. Good to have you, sir. Thank you so much for honoring us with your presence. It's such an honor to have you, and I'm super excited to learn tonight. Like I always encourage, make sure you get your note, guys. Get your note. You cannot be hearing things like this that are, life transforming, and you are just capturing it in your brain. There's a saying that the faintest ink is better than the sharpest memory. Your brain cannot retain certain information. So get your notes so that you can jot down striking points as they are being said. without wasting any further time, there's absolutely no need for introduction. Mr. Elisha Mamman is a boss. Boss in every sense of it. Boss in literally any sense of it. So open your heart and let's get to receive and to drink from my boss, Mr. Elisha Mamman. Go ahead, celebrate him in the comments. Let me put it up even as he takes over. We're good to have you. Excited to have you, sir. I've seen a lot of comments.
Pleasure is
amazing.
Thank you
Fantastic.
so much. Thank you.
Please let's go ahead, celebrate my boss, celebrate my mentor.
Thank you.
Thank you for being a blessing. Tremendous blessing. We love, we celebrate you, sir.
Thank
amazing.
You so much.
Over to you,
Thank
sir.
You so much.
Just run away now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Emmanuel Amadou. I will not stop saying how much of a blessing you are to me and my family. Your love for us, your honor for us, your support for us and the things we do is remarkable. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being there for us all the time. And for every member of the Manna community, Leaders Manna Network, I celebrate every one of you because you are learning from where you can get correct and current information about your personal transformation. I am excited to be here as always, and I am glad that I have been given this privilege to once again give push to somebody's life, give push to somebody's future, give push to somebody's income. I came ready, I came prepared, I came praying. And my earnest prayer is that after today, somebody will gain the clarity he needs to change level in every area of their lives. Again, thank you for having me, Emmanuel Amadou, and I am happy to be here. And I will go straight to the point. I have been given the mandate and the topic, building wealth without sorrow. I will begin by saying, if we go by the definition of sorrow, almost every one of us on earth have tasted some kind of sorrow. Because sorrow by definition is a feeling of deep distress that is caused by either a loss, disappointment, or other misfortune that is suffered by us. And so if you look at that, many of us have lost money. Many of us have lost health. Many of us have lost relationship. To that girl, you can call it heartbreak. So every one of us have experienced sorrow one way or the other. And so I will also want to be quick to remind you that even Jesus, in his profound teaching, said to us that in this life you are going to have tribulations. In this life you are going to suffer pain. In this life you are going to suffer confusion. In this life you are going to suffer oppression. He said, yet in me you will have peace. In me you will have peace. And so the issue here tonight is not that you are above sorrow, but the beauty is that even in the midst of sorrow, because of your positioning, you will have peace in affliction, peace in losses, peace in disappointment, peace in heartbreak. Something bigger than what you have gone through is sustaining you. But today, I have been asked to focus not on the general issues of sorrow, but on how do you build wealth without sorrow. If sorrow is caused by losses, if sorrow is caused by disappointment, if sorrow is caused by misfortune, there is no way any of you, including me, will escape this matter. Hear me with all humility. You will lose money. Hear me. Misfortunes happens to all. Disappointments happen to all. Losses happen to all. I remember 2019 to 2021, I lost over $120,000. It was a big shake. But ladies and gentlemen, it didn't produce sorrow. It didn't overwhelm me to the point where I lost myself. It didn't turn me into an animal against my adversary. I came to say to you, these losses can happen and they won't become sorrow. Misfortunes can happen, but they don't have to turn to sorrow. Meaning, they don't have to become a deep, distressing situation in your life. So the question is tonight, what is sorrow? I have defined that it is a feeling of deep distress. It is a feeling of deep distress. Sorrow is an effect, and it is caused by losses. It is caused by disappointment. Some of us have engaged into transactions and people we trusted disappointed us. Some of us have engaged in romantic transactions and the guy left you for a friend. Some of us have been unfortunate. We built somewhere where the government came and demolished it. That's misfortune. We built somewhere, flood came and eradicated it. Misfortune. It happens to all. It happens to all of us. Hear what I'm about to say to you. Life happens to all men. But not everyone reacts to life the way life happens. And winners are those who respond properly. The second conversation here tonight is, what is wealth? It is important for you to know that money is not wealth, but a form of wealth. You can have money and still not be wealthy. So while we are talking about wealth, we're talking about a life that is on all sides rich. So wealth is about being rich on all sides. Write it like that. I like using simple definitions. Wealth is about being rich on all sides. The word rich means abundance. So when we talk about wealth, we're talking about having abundance on all sides. Not having abundance on one side and being poor on another side. Not having abundance on one side and being frustrated on another side. There are different sides to your life, and it is required you are rich on all sides. That is when you are wealthy. The good book says, it is God that giveth us power to get wealth. Profound statement. It is God that giveth us power to get wealth. Hear me. Wealth is gotten. Wealth is not stolen. Wealth is not manipulated for. Wealth is gotten. Wealth is gotten. He gives power to get. Anytime you see the word get, there is a requirement that you must give. Oh, I'm teaching good tonight. Anytime God empowers you to get something, there is a demand that you will be required to give something. What that statement means is that wealth is an effect. This abundance that you require to have on all sides is an effect. Meaning, just like sorrow has a cause, wealth has a cause. Something makes wealth comes. Something makes sorrow comes. There is a wealth, there is a riches, there is a relationship that comes with sorrow. We are saying, if you are on earth, you cannot escape misfortune. If you are on earth, you cannot escape disappointment. If you are on earth, you cannot escape losses. Yet, there are decisions that inherent is a sorrow. When you choose to marry wrong, when you choose to marry, even though during courtship you saw all the red flags, you are marrying plus sorrow. You didn't marry the man only, you married him with the sorrow to follow. You started a business, you did not do all your due diligence. Sir, you are starting the business with sorrow. You started a partnership. You have not been able to verify the character of your partner. Ladies and gentlemen, you have not even looked around the decisions and the idea. You are starting with sorrow. You want to build a house. You didn't check with all requisite authorities to know if that place is for building house, if it is medium, if it is high density. You just went and built your house, and they came 1, 2, 3 years later and they demolished that house. Listen to me. The demolition is not what brought the sorrow. The demolition is what revealed the sorrow. The sorrow was trapped in your decision. When I lost all that money, I knew that I took certain decisions that one way or the other, they will give birth to sorrow. And eventually it did. So tonight, wealth is beyond cash. Wealth is beyond money. Wealth is abundance on all sides. So I want to quickly give you 5 areas where you are meant to be rich. Because we're in a generation where everyone wants to be rich in cash at the expense of all things. We are at a generation that it is costing you all things just to be rich financially. We are at a time that people, just to make money, every other thing that matters can be lost. What shall it profit a man if his gains are just the world, but his soul is lost? Some of us, for money, we are losing friends. Some of us, for money, we are losing character. Some of us, for money, we are losing God. Some of us, for money, we are losing our health. We cannot call you wealthy. Why? Because your life is out of balance. Reason being, you have so much money, but you have so little of every other thing. You have so little character. You have so little value for relationships. You have so little health. You are using your so much money to sustain your so little health. Oh, I'm talking to somebody tonight. I'm grateful to God. This understanding early in life helped me to build a life that is balanced. To God be the glory. I'm financially sound. I have sound relationships, sound from family to friends. I have status in my community. I'm healthy bodily. Nothing. Oh, I have a relationship with God that translates into power. And ladies and gentlemen, I have that one that everyone is looking for. Time. I have freedom to do what I like, when I like, with whom I like. I choose where to speak. I choose who to speak for. I choose topic to speak. I don't say no because the crowd is 6. I say no because I don't feel like talking. I can say yes to 6 people and no to 200 people. Time freedom. Quickly, let's look at these 5 areas. Then I give you just simple steps to build. I'm trying to work with my time. My mentor Amadou will not take it lightly with me if I don't follow time. He will invite me next year. You know, Leverage Conference is a conference I've been speaking consistently for 3 straight years, and I'm not stopping anytime soon. Those of you that don't like my face, you are seeing me next year, May again, or pack your load. Number 1, financial wealth. Financial wealth. Financial wealth is the one all of you are looking for. It has to do with wealth. This is the most desired form of wealth. It means billions, hey, multi-millions. That's how you talk, Abi, young men. I want to be a billionaire for kingdom's sake. And currently, you cannot give kingdom from the 10K you have. You are a scam. We cannot trust you. Jesus says he that is not faithful in little is not faithful in more. Or God, anything you cannot do now, we are not expecting it when you become a billionaire. You are a scam. It is in little we test men. Anybody can give anything when there is too much. Anybody, even an idiot, can do that. When we talk about financial wealth, we're talking about money. We're talking about physical assets. We're talking about investment portfolios. You have mutual funds, you have stock, you have treasury bills, you have houses, you have everything you know that I don't even know. You have cash in bank. That is financial wealth. It is simply money. What that does is that it can be able to improve your standard of living. It may not improve your life, but it can improve how you live your life. It can affect the chair you put in your parlor. It cannot affect your stand with God. Sometimes it cannot even affect your stand with men. There are rich people that don't have respect. There are rich people that poor people do not respect them. There are rich people that are not relevant. So this wealth basically provides your bills and your necessities and your desires. It is important. I like to spend money. As you can see, I'm looking good. This good is not a function of talking. It's money. So get money. It's important. Number 2, social wealth. This is about your social assets. This is about your social capital. When we talk about social wealth, we're talking about relationships. We're talking about your connections. We're talking about your network. You have heard many times that your network equals your net worth. That if your relationships cannot buy you certain things, you are still poor. We are saying now, it was Joshua Selman who said, if everything you have you bought with money, you are still poor. This is profound for me because in all types of wealth, they should be able to buy you your desires. The first thing is financial. So you should have enough money to buy certain things you want. But your relationship should be able to afford you a lifestyle. It should be able to afford you opportunities. And one of the strengths of this wealth is support system. It's a support system. If you are in Nigeria and you watch Obi Kubana's 50th birthday, you will see the power of network. Power of network. Somebody gave 50 keke napep. When you multiply 1 keke napep times 50, you will know how much that person gave. Somebody gave ordinary 60 million. Somebody brought a wristwatch of $1 million. Hi, network. Network. I can't imagine the gift he got. Network. Social relationships. Family. Close friends. Professional network and local community. Oga, stop losing valuable people because you are pursuing money. Stop blowing all this English that you are blowing in your generation, saying, my brother, if I don't have money, will anybody follow me? Stop saying that, Oga. Not everybody is following you because you have anything. And there's going to be a time you won't have everything. You will need people that time. So stop losing people because you are trying to gather money. Money is good to gather, but not at the cost of relationships. Relationships have a higher place on earth than money. Actually, in the ladder of wealth, money is the least. And when I say stop losing relationship because of money, I am also saying stop borrowing money from your friends and refusing to pay and saying they are my friends, they are supposed to understand. You are a thief. You are a thief. Yeah, and they're supposed to understand. Why should they understand when it is you? Who are you understanding for? Why don't you have money and borrow for people? When they can't pay you, you have understanding. Some of us will enter into situations with people, manipulate them, use friendship and defraud them, use friendship and mess them up. And you are using friendship to want to hold down trust that you have broken. Ladies and gentlemen, enough is enough. If you're a Christian, you won't be stealing values from people just because you want to increase your wealth. I don't have respect for people who don't trust, who don't value people because they want to use them to make more money. I don't have respect for such people. Number 3, physical wealth. I need to move forward. These days, I don't like speaking for long. Number 3, physical wealth. We call that health. Health. My brother, as you are pursuing this money, try to be healthy. A billionaire in account plus cancer is not an equal weight. It is not an equal weight. It's not an equal weight. I am a multi-millionaire with diabetes. It's not a good thing. I have so much money and at the same time you are obese. It's not an easy thing, my brother. As you pursue money, which is what everybody wants, so that you can tell people that you conquered. Today, even the dominion of men has been reduced to money. Men that cannot dominate their selfishness because they have money, they call them dominion. No, sir. The dominion mandate is not money. It's control over all earthly things. And when we talk about earthly things today, sex is earthly. Greed is earthly. Covetousness is earthly. Have you conquered them? If your money came from greed, you don't have dominion, sir. You have cash. And cash doesn't mean anything. When we talk about this world, we're talking about physical and mental well-being. We're talking about bodily well-being. Many years ago, my wife was under physical attack. Oh my God. I was not as successful as I am today, but it required me to go abroad, and it cost me so much. And that was when I began to tell myself, I wish I was more anointed than rich. I would have just used anointing and rebuked the devil. That was when I wanted anointing more, because the thing was taking my money. That was when I found out that I could give up all my money for my wife to be healthy. Oh, I realized that health is higher than cash. Somebody didn't hear me. Health is higher than cash. And it is simply because the relationship I have with my wife is higher than cash. I'm willing to trade my cash to sustain my relationship with my wife, to see that she's healthy so I can enjoy more relationships. Oh, I'm arranging this thing in an order. Somebody is catching it today. Somebody is catching it today. What use you are so rich you can't poo because of a sickness? What use you are so rich today you can't pay? Please take care of your health. It is wealth. Do some exercise. Do some dieting. And hear me, without health, you cannot enjoy any other form of wealth. Without Micah, health is higher than money, not wealth. Health is a wealth too. It's a form of wealth. It's a higher form of wealth. Thank you. Without the form of wealth called health, you cannot enjoy any other form. A sick person does not enjoy relationships. A sick person does not enjoy career. Number 4, time wealth. Time wealth. That is called freedom. The ability to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want, and how much you want to do it. That is time freedom. It is the ability to control your time, the ability to control your schedules, the ability to have control over what you do and when you do them. That is time freedom. Meaning nobody is controlling what you do and what you get out of life. That is time. And that's what most of us are working hard to do, so that we can come to a point in our lives where we can do what we want to do, when we want to do it, with whom we want to do it, and how much we want to do it, and where we want to do it. That's what we are working hard for. But as we pursue this level of life, let it not be at the expense of our health, because we will not still be able to do what we want. Let it not be at the expense of our relationship, because we will be lonely doing what we want. Somebody's getting it tonight. Number 5, spiritual wealth. And when we talk about spiritual wealth, we're talking about faith with God. A relationship with God that works. We're talking about someone who recognizes and considers God as a factor and a force in his life and in his decisions. Do you consider God in your decisions? Do you consider God in your decisions? Do you consider God in your behaviors? Do you consider God? Faith is a way of life. We are talking about spiritual wealth. Oh, this is the highest form of wealth. Why? This wealth can give you the remaining four. But hear me, none of the first four can give you number five, but number five can give you every other one. Spiritual wealth can give you financial wealth. If you understand, spiritual wealth can give you health. Spiritual wealth can give you relationships. Why? Because if you understand the book, you will find out that the instructions in the book, if you follow them, it will turn you rich. It will turn you rich and valuable to other people. The Bible is a good book that teaches us how to deal with God and to deal with others. It has principles that can alter finances overnight. Do you have a relationship with God? If you don't, I can't guarantee that your decisions will be without sorrow. You see, it is considering God that makes your decision not to be carrying sorrow around. Some of you are currently carrying your sorrow with you. The financial decisions you are making, you are carrying the sorrow that will happen with you. Like I carried my own, you are carrying your own. I'm taking a minute break to ask, am I making sense so far? If yes, please go to the comment and let me know if I'm making sense. If I'm making sense. I'm just taking 1 minute to know that. If I'm making any sense. Oh, Peculiar John say yes, sir. Woo, I like this name, the tongue of the ready writer. Yes, sir. My son Emmanuel Adefa said much sense. I'm honored. Paul said yes. Good, good, good. Borisha, they say this is premium value. Now my head is swelling. Blessing Nasiru. Good, 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 good. I said I was ready. I came prepared to make sure somebody gets a balanced life. Beautiful, beautiful. So I will continue. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So the question now, according to the topic, is how to build wealth without sorrow. How to build wealth without sorrow. Now, we know what sorrow is. We know what wealth is. We know the type of wealth, meaning you are rich in spiritual, you are rich in faith. So if you want to define wealth, simply say wealth is the sum total of your abundance in faith, in time, in health, in relationships, and in cash. So until your life is disbalanced, you are rich but not wealthy. As I'm saying it already in your head, you know many rich people, but they are not wealthy. Why? You know them to have cash, but they don't have good relationships. You know them to have cash, but they are not healthy. You know them to have cash, but they are not intelligent. How do you build wealth? I will be quick now. Number one, start your wealth creation journey with God. For it is God who giveth the power to get wealth. There is a required level and amount of power that you need to get wealth. That power there is not dunamis. There is some level of ability. There is some level of skillfulness. There is some level of strategic thinking that is required to get wealth. The Bible says it is God that gives those things to you. So on your journey to create wealth without sorrow, start with God. God is the foundation of all peace. In me, you will have peace. Meaning, outside me, you will not have peace. And that is to say, you will not escape sorrow if you continue to put God outside your decision as regards wealth. Some of you, when you want to make money, you put God aside. That's a costly assumption. That's a costly assumption. God is the one that gives. Start with him. This world is full of tribulations. This world, somebody is preparing to dupe you. This world, somebody is preparing to defraud you. This world, somebody is preparing to manipulate you. This world, somebody is preparing to steal from you. This world, someone is prepared to kill you. Someone is preparing to destroy your image for money. That is so guaranteed that you will need something else if you will have peace. Brethren, brothers, friends, sisters, Christians, Muslims, start with God. Because when God is in all your decisions, you will focus on what is right than what is available. Number 2, obey principles. Obey principles. It was in the same good book that if you are willing and obedient, you will eat the good that is in the land. Hear me. There is good in Nigeria. There is good in Nigeria. There is good in Abuja. There is good in Kenya. There is good in Ghana. There is good in Burkina Faso. There is good in Lagos. There is good in Maiduguri. There is good in Edo. There is good in New York. There is good every land. The good book also said the earth is profitable for all. Even the king is served by it. Hear me. Hear me. I beg you, hear me. If you start with God, take it a step further and obey his principles. Principles are truths. And if you know the truth, it sets you free from poverty. It sets you free from loneliness. It sets you free from misfortunes. Principles are truths. They are basic truths that guides behavior, that guides decisions, that guides actions. Obey principles. Obey principles. If you are willing and obedient, sir, you will eat the good of this land. It does not matter what is happening in Nigeria. Hear me. Some people are making billions every day. It doesn't matter what you think is happening. Some people are making money every day. I was with a friend just a few weeks ago, and he said he's making about 20 million per month in this economy, meaning he's making over 250 million from one of his business, and he has 6 business. From one, he's making 20 million. And don't always assume that everybody that is making so much money is a thief, or he's a fraud, or he's a Yahoo. No, sir. There are people legitimately making so much money. Why? Because they have taken their time to do what is required. You are buying bone straight hair when you are supposed to be sewing, and you are wondering why currently you are planning to sell the second-hand hair. Obey principles, because they govern the operations of the earth. Principles are universal, meaning it can happen everywhere. Principles are fair. It can happen to everyone. Principles are predictable. It can give the same result every time. I repeat, principles are universal. It can happen everywhere. Principles are fair. It can happen to anyone. Principles are predictable. What does that mean? It means it can happen every time. Every time you apply principle, it will give you the same result. Every time. So universal is about everywhere. Fair is about everyone. Predictability is about every time. Very powerful truths. You've not heard it like that. So tonight, I will stop at obey principles and give you a few principles, and then I'll let my boss take over. I'm watching my time. I'm 50 minutes gone, so I have like 10 minutes more. Okay, I'm 50 minutes gone plus my introduction. So, but my own time started like 42 minutes ago. This is beautiful. But Emmanuel Amadu, you can just send how much time I have so that I can do less than that time. Thank you. So, if I am saying obey principles, what am I saying? It's important I give you some principles, if I can. Number one. Law of cause and effect. The law of cause and effect. If wealth is an effect, something must cause it to happen. That is why God gives you power, because you will need that power to do what needs to be done for you to get wealth. Law of cause and effect. Nothing just happens, including wealth, don't just appear. Wealth is an effect, poverty is an effect. Now listen, whatever is happening to someone, someone is making it happen. So do not assume that you'll be rich because of time. Time, in its nature, does not have what it takes to make you rich. Time will only give you back what you have put inside of it. Time as a concept is only as effective as what you do with it. Time as a resource is only as powerful as how you use it. Stop trusting your life to time. Don't entrust your life to time. Time won't change it if you have put nothing in time. Time won't transform it if you have put nothing in time. Rather, over time, you will get worse at what you fear. Cause and effect. There is a cause behind every effect, and wealth is an effect. Wealth is an effect. If it's not happening to you, the right causes are not in place. If you are not getting wealth, you are not giving what is required. Why? There is a principle that to get you must give. So when we talk about getting wealth, it means you have to be given something. And that takes me to law number 2, the law of production. Production is the simple ability to create value. If you want to get wealth, you must be given value. Riches and wealth, they are the effect of value creation and value dispensing. Value simply means solutions. Value simply means solutions and benefits that people derive from encountering a person or from consuming a product or a service. So in simple English, value means problem solving. You get wealth for solving problem. You grow in wealth for solving more problem. And whose problem you are solving is important. Why? Because what you get for solving problem is determined by the problem and whose problem you are solving. When you solve Potiphar's problem, you become a supervisor. When you solve Soros' problem, you will become a prime minister. Problem solving. But every problem you solve is doing something to you. The law of production. So when God gave them a garden, he told them, be fruitful, multiply, meaning produce and distribute. Then you have dominion over poverty. Then you have dominion over lack. Law of production. The question is, what value are you creating? And what value are you dispensing? Why? Compensation comes when value is dispensed, not created. When you create value, it means you have solution to render. When you give people solution, that's when they give you money. Very key. So if wealth is gotten, value must be given. To get wealth, you must give value. Wealth is a reward system for problem solving. Wealth or riches or money is a reward system for solving problem. Its quantity and quality will be dependent on the type of problem and whose problem. Quickly, law number 3. The law of the seed. The law of the seed. This is a powerful law. Everything on earth was designed to start as a seed. And again, it is God that giveth seed. Why did I say start with God? Because he's not only going to give you power, he gives seeds. The law of sowing and reaping is the law of the seed. Meaning what? Seeds in themselves are just potential. Until they are sown, they are not going to produce anything. Sowing seeds is how seeds become trees. No matter what you do to a seed that you do not sow, nothing will ever happen. If you put a seed on your table and pray till now, till eternity, a tree will not come out of that seed. Why? There is always an environment required for the thriving and the creation of realities. And for the seed, the soil is the only acceptable environment to produce its reality, to release its potential, and to unlock its purpose and destiny. The seed is powerful to the degree it is sown and cultivated. The law of sowing and reaping. You will reap what you sow. If you have not sown, you will not reap. Simple English. The word sow also means invest. It is what you put in that you will get out. Oh my God. Wealth is gotten. To get out wealth, you must put in effort. To get out wealth, you must put in value. To get out wealth, you must put in time. To get out wealth, you must make contributions that pass and influence the lives of other people. People would pay you because you have white beer. People will pay you because they perceive you are valuable in shifting their lives. The law of the seed. Everything starts as a seed. Your job is a seed. Your salary was a harvest. But the problem with you is that when your salary comes, you forget to take out the seed from your salary. So you turn your salary to bread and eat all. Can't you see you are very broke, but you have had a job for a very long time? You know who I'm talking to. You know yourself. You forgot that your seed, your job was a seed. Your job was a seed that is like a small that has become a tree. So it's producing every month. Instead of you to be taking out the seed for the next tree, you are turning all the seeds to bread. Now you currently have one tree. Same amount, you have grown older. Same amount, you have got married. Same amount, you are popping out children like lollipop. Same amount, you even have side cheek. Guy, wisdom hard. If you were wise, if your job is a tree that is producing fruit of salary, take out the seed that is in the fruit called salary, so that in a short while you can have many trees. What we call multiple stream is the capacity to recycle the system of the seed. I can't teach it here tonight, but there's a system. The principle of the seed requires that there's a system. There's a circle. It's a seed that produces a tree. It's a tree that produces a fruit. The fruit produces another seed. It's a circle. It's a circle. And if you learn to create seeds and new circle, you will have more than one circle. So you won't just have passive income. You will have them from multiple sources. I have to run. I have to run. I have to run. I have two laws. Number 4, the law of use. The law of use states that everything you are not using, you will soon lose them. Relationships you are not using, you will lose them. Money that you are not using, the value will be lost. Body that you are refusing to put to good use, it will turn to sickness. This law states that it is use that ensures health of anything. It is use that grows things. So when you are not using anything, you will be losing something. So this law is about the law, it's about like the law of the talents. The guy with 5 used it, he got 5 more. The guy with 2 used it, he got 2 more. The guy with 1 did not use it, he lost it. What I'm saying is that if you learn to use what you have, you will get more of that thing that you have. And that is, I'm telling you how to use your seed now. Use it. The only place that is enriched when you eat your seed is your toilet. And some of you, your soccer way is richer than your present life. Because you have sent your destinies into your soccer way because of your longer truth. Every small money, you are in dominoes. Your salary is no more than 30,000. You're taking one cup of ice cream, 7,000. There is a wisdom problem in your life. It's not poverty problem. You do not know how to use your money. You are not regulating use of your money. You don't have plenty money. You like to eat out. Why don't you cook food and refrigerate it? I don't eat food after the first day. It's not a poor man that has the luxury to say that. If you are poor, you are saying that it's poverty that's affecting you. It's not sense. You are not intelligent in any way to say that. I used to say that. I even did it. I did it for like 10 years in my marriage. And then my wife became very busy. I had to start eating food that they kept in the fridge. Because I am not going to be stupid and go against what I'm teaching people. So I can't be carrying money and be buying food from outside. So we had to enter an agreement. Maybe you try, you will not put it in the fridge for next day. You to be trying. You know I love you, you love me. You know I love you, you are the love of my life. All this, you are the love of my life, love of my life. When the person is alive, is the love of your life. When the person dies, you now find a new love and add to the life. Law of use. Use your gifts. Use your time. Use your money. Use your relationships. Use them well. Use them well. Use them well. I built this law to follow each other. So after the law of the use, because when you start generating seed, after you create value, it will be bringing up money. When the money comes, you will take out your seed. When you take out your seed, you will use your seed very well. It will give you more money. Once your money starts coming, law number 5 sets in, the law of generosity. Oga, you are not rich or wealthy until what you have is affecting the lives of other people. I repeat, you are not rich or wealthy until what you have is affecting the lives of other people. The law of generosity says willingly give to others what you have. And when we talk about being generous, we're talking about you realizing that every time you give to someone, you are solving their problem. Meaning of you are also setting yourself for more. Why? Remember, solving problems generate more money. And when you are giving to people, you are solving problems. I look for an opportunity every day to give. The request I have daily, I can't even meet it because I don't have that much to meet all the requests. But I look for that which is most important and I do it. Like yesterday and today, I chose health over school. Because if the surgery doesn't happen, life ends. If you miss school now, you will go again later. Because even in the use of my resources, I must regulate it. Since I don't have endless resources, I can't solve everybody's problem. And everybody was not created for me to solve their problem. It was only Jesus that has power to solve everybody's problem, not me. I was called to solve a specific problem, and not everybody have that problem. Do you understand? You can't be everywhere for everyone. That's why some of you are broke. Every call, bam, 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 whether they are lying to you or not, bang, 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 you are never having money. And when they ask you, they say, I'm being useful to men. You are being foolish. I'm the one teaching you the law of generosity. I know being generous is powerful. I know giving is a system for more. Give, it shall be given to you. Giving is problem solving. Please be generous. Jesus said there are some people, they are goats and they are sheep. The sheep were generous, the goat were not. And he said because of that, it could cost them eternity. Generosity doesn't only affect the people you gave, it affects the God who made them. That's why the Bible says, he that lends to the poor, he that gives to the poor, lends to God. Listen to me. Generosity affects two dimensions. Generosity affects two realms. This realm and the realm that is to come. Learn to be generous. Your wealth will be without sorrow. Why? When you are in need, men will come running for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I think my time is up. I'll hand over to my boss now.
Please, sir, let me make a quick clarification. Don't put me in problem, sir. This one that you say, my boss. Please, let me not sleep and not wake up tomorrow. I salute you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. We'll still take questions. So please, if you have questions, just go ahead, put it up in the comments. What a profound session. Whilst you were teaching, what was in my heart is I pray that somebody is really getting what is being shared. Because sometimes the things that will change your life, they don't come in a complex way. Many of us like smoke. We want to fall down and feel like, oh, and I have the power to prosper. The Bible says, thou hast anointed my head with oil, my cup runneth over. There's a relationship between what happens to your head and what happens to your cup. When God wants to put wealth in your hands, he does a surgery in your head. And I tell you that this is just a very brief session, but I tell you, if you put these things to practice, start by explaining what wealth is. Very profound, the 5 dimensions of wealth. I've never for once, I know the different dimensions of life, but I've never seen it, from that perspective, especially the time wealth, the freedom. So it's always a learning experience every time that we have with my boss. And then you see the 2 principles that he shared, the starting with God and then principles. When the moment he just mentioned principle 1, it just touched my heart so and went ahead to share with us the principles that we should apply. Thank you so much, sir. Let's go ahead. You have any question? We'll take 3 questions. The first 3 questions that show up, we'll take them. So if you have any questions, go ahead, ask in the comments. I'll pin it and then I'll put it up for our boss to answer and respond to. But whilst we do that, let me just go ahead and make the announcement that I said I was going to do for his book. There are 3 major products that I saw on the platform. The Business of Life. I hope you can see it. The Business of Life. You Too Can Be Rich. And then Personal Growth Bundle. Boss, am I missing any major one here? Can you hear me, sir? Okay, guys, I believe that you can hear me. So these are the three major products. These are the 3 major products that he has. The Business of Life, You Too Can Be Rich, and then the Personal Growth Bundle. I know that some of us would like to access it. If you can hear me, please let me know. Let me be sure that it is not my network. I think my boss just left. If you can hear me, please let me know in the comments. Okay, fantastic. So these are 2 books. The first 2 are books, The Business of Life, and then You Too Can Be Rich. And then the third one is an online program, sort of mentorship program. All of this is by Elisha Mamman. So for those who want access, the last time he was here, many of us were asking, how do we access the book? How do we access his product? So I went to do the digging for us. To access his books, you visit shop.elishamamman.com for the book, The Business of Life, and You Too Can Be Rich. From my interaction with him, he said the hard copies of The Business of Life has finished. The hard copies of The Business of Life has finished. So he doesn't have any hard copy book at the moment due to high demand. But you can get the soft copy, the e-copy, when you visit the website shop.elishamamman.com. And then there is the personal growth bundle. You can access his program, is a mentorship program on his website, www.elishamamman.com/growth. Let me repeat that, www.elishamamman.com/growth. I hope we got that. Just go ahead and put your questions in the comments. I'm still waiting for my boss to come up. Seems there's been a little bit of technical issues on his side, but go ahead, ask your questions, and I will pin it. Been a phenomenal session, a phenomenal time with him. Okay, I'm seeing one from Barisa Day, John Femi, so I'll just go ahead and pin it. So we have one question already. Yes, boss, can you hear me? Okay. So I'll bring him up. Thank God we have him. We have another from James Jr. So we have just one more slot for a question. But let me go ahead and put up the question from John Femi. Can you hear me, sir? This person is asking, do you continue to give even when you are not being given back to? Any giving that stress you, is it a profitable one?
Well, the truth of the matter is that giving and receiving, they are components that come from two sides. Now, the problem you are asking now is that you have done your part, but you are worried why other people are not doing their part. It's actually none of your business. Because you see, the truth of the matter is that if your job is to give, give. Listen to what I'm saying, necessarily, because we are not giving so that those we gave can give back. When you give, you will be giving, not necessarily by who you gave to. And that's very, very, very important, because the instruction is for you to give. You are going to get what you have given, but it does not have to come from the person you gave. And in the concept of the seed, is the seed that you sow that is going to come back to you. You don't carry the ground. Somebody needs to catch this. When you sow a seed, when the seed germinates, you are still. So if nothing happens by that seed, the ground will remain and you will go home. But many times you will come back the next year and farm again. That's the way of life. So please continue to give. Why? Because you will be giving back. Stop looking at the people you are giving and expecting them to give you back.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so I think there's been a network glitch. Yeah, so maybe just to step in before the network gets sorted out on his end. Maybe just my own comment on that question. The Bible says you reap what you sow, not where you sow. You reap what you sow, not where you sow. You see, so it is not necessarily about the person. It is the fact that you are sowing. I'll create the balance, because there has to be a balance, right? It is not about the fact that the person is being stingy. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, just need to be sure that it is not my network, right? So you reap what you sow, not where you sow. Very profound. In fact, if you can find that Bible verse, please just put it in the comment. So it is not about the person, it is about the fact, the act that you're obeying a principle. When something leaves you, there is a reward because you have obeyed the principle by releasing, right? The reward automatically shows up. But then there is a balance because the soil also matters. The boss is back, so let me just bring him up. So sorry, sir. Seems the network.
You were explaining the third part of the conversation, which is also very important. I would have allowed you to finish. I would have allowed you to finish because the second one is that any giving that stresses you has a problem. Why? Because it's either you are doing more than you should do, or you are not willing. So because giving has to do with willingness, and you have to give from what you have. Some of us are trying to give, not from what we have. So we are stressing to give. No, giving is not supposed to be something that stresses you. It's not supposed to be something that stresses you. I know sometimes there's what we call sacrificial giving. This is not church. I will need to go back into doctrines to talk about that. But there's something we call sacrificial giving, meaning what? You are giving something that will cost you so much. I have done those kind of giving before. But they didn't stress me because I was actually giving something expensive, but I have more than one. I have more than one of that. So, and lastly, Imam Ahmadu was saying it that beyond the seed which you are sowing, the environment is also important, which in this case, whose life you are sowing into is very important. It's very, very important. It's very, very important because good seed in a bad soil, you can see, does not produce anything. Parable of the sower. If the soil is not good, there can be a problem. And so sometimes who we give is also very important. I remember, I'll give you one story. I'll give you two stories. I remember one boy who started his NYSC and he was on his way to his camp when he got his 19.5, first one. And while he was in the bus, in the taxi from Kaduna to Abuja, he said he heard the Lord say, send your 95 to Mr. Elisha and let him bless you. And I got 19.5 alert. And I sent a message and I said, what is this for? He says, sir, that is my first fruit for NYSC. God just said I should give you. And I made a statement. And I said, by the end of your NYSC, you will get a job. And your least pay will be 195,000. And we forgot the gist. Until I was in Abuja. And he had just finished NYSC, and the place he served retained him. They retained him. And they started his basic salary with 180,000. Exactly 1 year. And in less than 3 months, it moved to 300 and something thousand. Now, he had a seed. But who he gave it to was also important. The second person did the same thing by the same instruction. Remember, one person happened in 1 year. The other person's own happened in 3 years. And when the person called me and said, so I just got a job for 250,000, I said I prayed for 330,000. So before your first 1 year in this office, the salary has to reach. I'm trying to talk to you that sometimes if you're a believer, sometimes listen to your spirit when you are giving. Listen to your spirit when you are giving. This is the best I can do for tonight. Imam Ahmadu has great understanding in such things. Great understanding. So I know Imam Ahmadu will teach you guys in time past. But This is because there are other questions.
Yes, sir. Let me bring up the second question. Thank you. I don't get this question really, but it says, as Christians, what is it that we are missing as the young generation in business and in the pursuit of wealth? What are we missing?
I don't know what you mean, but if we're talking about Christian in business and in the pursuit of wealth, I think Christians should have a better understanding of how to pursue wealth. So the moment you put yourself as a Christian, that you should have a better understanding, because why? We don't pursue. You see, if you want to ask me what is common in the pursuit of wealth in this generation, is a different ballgame. One of the things is covetousness. Covetousness drives more people to want to be rich than any other thing in this current age. Unfortunately, some Christians are driven by covetousness. The desire to have more so they can have more than someone else. That's covetousness. If why you want to have more is so that you can have more than Emmanuel Amadou, that is covetous. So covetousness is also the desire to have more and be the one that has it. So you find out that we're in a generation whereby we are amassing wealth, that even we have what it takes to empower so many people, but we're not doing it so that we can enter Forbes, so that we can be said to be the richest guy, the happiest guy. For me, those are the basic issues. But I said before I started, as Christians, we should have we should have better understanding as regards business and the pursuit of wealth. Lastly, again, before I go, the issue of lack of integrity. We've had a lot of Christians defrauding people in the last few years. By statistics, the investment companies that turned out to be fraudulent are owned by believers in the last 4 years. I fell into 2. I lost $20,000 in one. I lost 21 million in the second one. They are believers. They are tongue talking. They are on fire. Unfortunately. And hear what I'm about to say so that you not be lying. They donate heavily to church. The one I lost $20,000 is the best donor in his ministry. It was said he donates 1 billion naira annually. 1 billion. Now he dropped my $20,000. God did. He go get sorrow. His own wealth is not going to be without sorrow. Wallahi, there's some sorrow. So that's just a few things I can say. So don't defraud anybody because you want to be rich.
Before we go to the last, okay.
No, go ahead.
No. Okay, sir. So before we go to the last question, maybe I just have this thing to chip in. I think it's a very interesting question, and it's one of the things you answered here. One of the issues that I would say many believers have when it has to do with business and the pursuit of wealth is that we over-spiritualize success. We over-spiritualize business and the pursuit of wealth. You see believers who go to church and they say, receive favor, receive the power to prosper, and everybody shouts, amen. And then you come back home, you sleep immediately, wake up around 10 p.m. and do nothing. You go to most shops or most career places, you discover that the people who come the latest hours are believers. No diligence, no excellence, no pursuit. If you love God and violate principles, you will still fail. That's the truth.
Very profound.
There is the person of Jesus and there is the principles of Jesus. And this is why, conferences like this are very, very important, especially for believers. When you say 6 hours prayer, if you just add Holy Ghost convention to the team now, you will be surprised the number of people who will show up, because of that energy. Obedience is better than sacrifice. We want to sacrifice a lot of energy. If we, go for principles half of the time that we used to pray, we will have more results than we have. So, do you know, I was doing a research, I think I put it up, that Nigeria, I think based on the research that I saw, is the second most religious country in the world, second to India. And then Dubai. Most people think Dubai is a Muslim nation. It's a mix of a lot of people. I discovered that Dubai is not even amongst, even though it's not even a country, it's like a state in the UAE, one of the Emirates. It's not even among the first 50 most religious states in the entire world. Yet Dubai looks like the heaven that we pray about, that we teach about, because these people have embraced principles. They've embraced laws. The average believer does not want to know law. You just start a business and you carry anointing oil and spray everywhere. You don't learn excellence. You don't learn diligence. You don't learn communication skills. You just want things to work spiritually. This is why we like favor and all of those things. These things are good. They are supposed to be an advantage. In my own opinion, the believer should be at least 10 times more wealthy, 10 times more successful than a person who is not a believer, because we have the advantage of these graces available for us. So I just thought to chip that in. We'll rush to the last question.
That's very
so
profound.
That I can let my boss
go.
Profound. Yes, sir. Is it possible to build all the forms of wealth at the same time and season? Is it possible to build all the wealth?
Well, you are one person. And these are just different area or different part of your life. So it is possible, because in the pursuit of wealth, before you started looking for money, you have friends already. You came from a family already. You have classmates, you have colleagues, So, by the way, everything you want to build, they are happening at the same time. They're happening at the same time. You just may not give equal attention. You may not give equal attention, but you should build them at the same time. It is in your pursuit of wealth that you find time to rest for your health. It is in your pursuit of wealth you should find time for your friends. Number two, do not have friends that you spend too much time with them and you don't have time to read. You don't have time to practice principle. You don't have time to do anything. What I'm saying is that everything is going to be happening at the same time, but you have to give balance. You have to give balance. I was not building my marriage at a particular time and I said, walk, wait. No. Everything was happening at the same time. Everything was happening at the same time. When I was a bachelor, I go to work. When I close by 5, I can stay in the office and gist till 7 and start going home. I'm not going to meet anybody at home. So I will go home. But when I got married, exactly 5 p.m., I pack my bag. I've removed my tie. I'm already on my way home.
Wow, I think there's been a glitch in his network. But I hope we've been getting value and learning from the questions. Very, very important questions. Very profound questions. I hope that Mr. Elisha Mamman comes up shortly. Let me just continue from where he left off, just to put one or two points to the question. We'll wrap up shortly. In the next 5-10 minutes, we should be done with the live broadcast. The question from Goswill, is it possible to build all the forms of wealth at the same time and season? And my boss was already sharing that, yes, it is in fact, that's how you do it. The thing is balance. That's why we say balanced diet, right? You don't stop, eating. There's a combination. Sometimes when you get meal, is here. So over to you, sir.
No, finish what you are saying. No, you have to learn.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
so that your life happens at health can't wait for your money to grow. You know, you will need your health to keep growing in wealth. You will need your relationships to keep growing. So they are going to happen at the same time, but maybe at a particular point in time, you are pursuing something more than others, or something else is required more than others. You know, so I was just trying to tell you about friends and that. So at that time, because of work, I cannot do friendship Monday to Sunday. It is weekends I have time for friends. Meaning, this part, no part is going to wait for another part to work before it starts working. So build balance for your life. Just grow. Iman Amadu is single now, but I bet he's preparing to be married.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So he cannot say, because I want to be influential and rich. No. And Iman Amadu is still trying to maintain relationships with mentors and friends. Let me leak a secret here. Iman Amadu visits me every January. Every January, Iman Amadu visits me with a gift, with a token, and with a desire and ask, what do you have to tell me for 2020, 2025, 2022, 2023? What are you seeing ahead? What would you say to me? Every year. Meaning, Amadu is servicing his relationship with me while he's building Leaders Manna Network, while he's building his income, while he's building his health. He didn't, no one is at stake. When people tell me, can I do this first before I do others? I say, but you're one person. Why can't you just be doing them and be going? If you're not married, be reading books about marriage now. That's you preparing for a good marriage. You know, so because all these things are going to happen, and they're happening already at the same time. They're not going to wait for you. My wife made a statement 1 month ago. I stopped doing exercise for a long time. And my wife was saying, you look small, but you are having weight. I said, get out. I'm healthy. That was how I was shouting, I'm healthy, until I went to India and I broke down and I was admitted. You know, so there are some of us, what is inside our body is looking for expression. May your own not express itself and kill you that same day. And my wife said, baby, you're a preacher. I want you to preach on your feet till you die. I said, sometimes people, and she said something. She said, if you start taking a walk every day for 5 kilometers, 3 times every week, by the time you are 80, your legs will still carry you. Emmanuel, from the next morning, I started wearing canvas in the morning and I started doing 6 kilometers every day, every 3 times a week. Why?
Wow.
She sold an idea to me. She sold 40 years ahead. That's what she sold to me. Baby, I would like to see you standing at 80 preaching. So your legs need to be strong to carry your body. I started walking. And in a very short while, I've shed some weight and I'm looking fine by the grace of God. But why? Am I going to leave the exercise currently because no. So I do that early in the morning, or I do that before I came for Manna. I did my 2 hours. I did 2,000 steps before I came to speak here.
Wow.
Because it has become a part of me. It is something that is good for my health. So, brethren, everything has to happen at the same time. Don't. One may have precedent over the other, but everything is going to happen at the same time. Thank you. I know Emmanuel will teach you guys later better.
Boss, you're putting me in trouble. Thank you so much, sir. I'm super, super pumped up. So much value, Guys, if you know you got value tonight, if you know that what you have received tonight has impacted your life, let me see you go ahead. Put the fire emoji and say, we love you, Mr. Elisha Mamman. We love you. We appreciate you. Let me see it in the comments. Go ahead. Let's celebrate him. The Bible says, now that you know these things, blessed are you if you do them. Happy are you if you do them. The truths that we have received tonight, they are not cunningly devised fables. These are truth from the mouth of a person who has the results that we desire. And I truly hope, I'm not just saying it because I'm supposed to say something. I'm saying it from the depth of my heart. I truly hope that we value what we have received. I know that many of us, nobody paid a cobble to be here, and you're getting this much value. I pray that we don't trivialize it. Just because it's free does not mean it is cheap. The things that you have learned now, Mr. Elijah Mamman on Thursday had a business strategy class in Abuja. I'm very sure that those people paid their noses to be in that session, right? It's truly an honor
to be in the class.
Sir, please, can you repeat it again so that somebody hears that very clearly, sir?
Every participant paid 250,000 to be in that class.
Did you guys hear that? 250,000 to be in a class, and you are receiving from that same person. There are people who don't do free trainings once it's free, except maybe it's a church. Once it's a training, they don't do free. The day I discovered that Miles Monroe was charging about 200,000, 300,000 to go and speak for an hour, I said, my God, and he will come to church to teach you. Most of the people who are in church will not show up. Imagine the disregard for value and the disregard for knowledge. Most people do not value what is free. I hope that we're not amongst that category. The things that you have had now, treasure it. Huh? Thank God. In fact, we're planning before not to even leave the replay on YouTube. I just decided, okay, let's leave it. So make sure you come back, you watch again, take the knowledge so that one day you can meet Mr. Elisha Mamman and say, sir, I was in the Leverage 2025 online conference where you taught on this, and I took it, I applied it. This is my token of appreciation, right? Take this $1 million as a seed for what you sowed, in my life.
Amen.
Truly, it's one of, boss, I'm telling you now, the day God will grant us grace to do the things to begin to bear the fruit of the seeds that you have sowed in our lives. I don't know whether you'll be humbled, because I know that God has blessed you. I bless man. But by the grace of God, God will do it in our heart. The same way you see they bought a Rolls Royce for Bishop Oyedepo. It's because of the value that they receive. Yes, honestly, Mr. Elisha, yes. One of my prayer is for God to really, because I'm not a lazy student. I'm not a lazy mentee. There are some people who wait for them to feed you knowledge, and then they should follow you up and say, do this and do that. No way, right? When I go down, when I sit down with Mr. Elisha Mamman and I receive any knowledge, is always on my vision board, close to me. That's exactly what I used to run the year. And I make sure that the results show for it. That's it. So what you have received, the greatest thank you can give to Mr. Elisha Mamman, that you can also give to the Leaders Manna Network, and even to me, is to produce results with that which you have received. A good warfare with prophecy, what a good warfare with the word. I'm seeing a lot of we love you, sir. Personally, from the depth of my heart, I do not take this for granted at all. I do not take it lightly. Your humility and your love towards me. Honestly, I know that you may be smiling and I know that you can be this casual, but I do not dishonor the grace that is upon your life. I discern it. I know for a truth that you are a man that God has helped. With the whole simplicity. And I know many young people can just be carried away by all of that. But truly, I discern the grace of God. I discern what God has, modeled you to be, not just in my life, but in the life of many young people across the globe, across Africa. And I'm saying thank you. First, for myself, thank you so much for coming out to be a blessing to us. Many people will be blessed by this teaching. Many lives will be transformed. Many people are going to literally experience a shift in their life coming across this teaching. And I want you to know that. Thank you so much, sir. I love you. I love you truly from the depth of my heart. Guys, are we celebrating him?
I love you very much too.
I'm seeing it. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir. So
thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, sir. So I hope you saw
God bless.
I don't know if the information that I put up was correct. Maybe I should put it up. I was asking, I noticed you weren't
Which
online.
one?
For this, your book,
Yes.
they can access at shop.elishamamman.com. I saw it there. And it's very affordable. It's just
Yes.
2K I saw there. Oh. The e-copy.
Yes. They have not upgraded it, but it's fine. Yeah, the
Oh,
e-copy.
sir,
The
they should
e-copy
upgrade
is
it.
2K.
Oh. They should upgrade it. That's what I saw there. No, the value in that book, honestly.
Mana
I have
people
my
can
own
go there
copy. I
now
have
and
my
go
own
and
hard
take it before
copy.
it's upgraded.
Okay, please hurry now. And then very importantly, the personal group bundle. I highly recommend this. This is like my mentorship program. But by my boss himself. The personal group bundle is anybody who wants structured mentorship, you want to grow structurally, right? I recommend that you take advantage of the personal growth bundle. You can find it at www.elishamamman.com/growth. I think it's not up to 10K. So please make sure you get it. The best kind of investment is self-investment. If you have 100,000 naira, you say, what business to start? Let me tell you, the business to start is self-business investment. You are your first business. In fact, that even tallies with the title of the book, The Business of Life. Your life is your business and your business is your life. Very, very profound. So get the book. Let me encourage you, get the book and get the personal growth bundle, both of them, and sit on it this month of May. And I assure you, your life will never remain the same. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you. Just take you off the screen now. Thank you. Okay, guys, just one or two announcements and then we're done. Thank you so much for staying back. Number one, we're having the final session of the Leverage Conference next week. Who is excited? This week, rather, on the 10th of May. And coincidentally, not coincidentally now, interestingly, that also happens to be my birthday. So you come out. I'm going to be releasing fire. I've been rehearsing and preparing what I'm going to be teaching. That's going to be my birthday gift to everybody. So make sure that you are online on Saturday, next tomorrow, around 7:30 p.m. prompt. I'm going to be teaching on becoming a success magnet. Make sure you invite everybody that you know, share the flyer, share the link. Let's get people to register. It's the last session of the Leverage Conference. I assure you that your life will not remain the same. What I'm about to teach you is the secret to how far, thus far, that God has brought me, is the secret to many of the things that I'm getting to enjoy now, and I'm not going to be holding anything back. Make sure that you are there live. Invite any and everyone that you can invite to the conference. Finally, for those who want access to the replay, you just have 2 more days to get the 50% off discount. You can access it at seller.com/leverage2025. You get access to all of the audio recordings in MP3 downloadable format. You can download it to your phone and listen whenever you want. So all of the sessions, including this session, including the session on Saturday, so you can get it. And then the training note, other training resources, recommended books will be included in the bundle. I noticed some people have already made payment, and so far I just have one of the audio recordings uploaded, but by the grace of God, latest by tomorrow, we'll have for the remaining 4 sessions uploaded, and then by the weekend, the last session will be added to it. For those of us who would like to support the leverage, you can still support the leverage. At least you can use the link, partner with us, paystack.com/pay/partner with leverage. If you want to partner with the leverage conference. And then finally, please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed already. For those who are yet to subscribe, it won't cost you anything. Just click on the subscribe button and also click on the like button. I appreciate you in advance and thank you. I believe that there's no other announcement left, except maybe just to appreciate all of the volunteers. Thank you so much. When we're done with the conference, I'll take out time to appreciate everyone. But please go ahead, help me appreciate the team in the comments. Every single member of the Leverage Conference volunteer team. Thank you for your sacrifice, making this conference a success thus far. May God bless you. May God reward you. A quick shout out and then we're done. Thank you so much, guys, for staying up to be here. Thank you. Oyibo God's will. God bless you. Saline Wash is asking, where is the link to the books? Let me put it up one more time. The link to Elisha Mamman's book. This is the link. I hope you guys can see it. The link to the book is shop.elishamamman.com. Shop.elishamamman.com. The first link. Then this link to the bundle is the second one. elishamamman.com/growth. Right? So that's it. I hope you get it. So you can get it now. Please get it. It's worth the investment. Trust me. It's really worth the investment. A quick shout out and then we're done. Leaving us, yeah, he said, thank you all for your sacrifice. God bless you. Thank you so much, everyone. Takama, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless my boss, Elisha Mamman, for showing up. It's truly an honor to have him. Shout out to Livinus Yahi, Blessing Nasiru, James Jr., good to have you. Takama, Oyibo Goswill, Saline Worsh, Grace Emmanuel Adiafa, Yusuf Akensa, Joseph Paul, Jogai Aaron, Akos Man, Dollar Man, Binta James, Agada Victoria, Inusa Emmanuel, Gladys Sango, James Jr., Daniel Owiri, okay, I've called that name, Emmanuel Usman. Thank you so much, everyone, for showing up. Please do have a lovely night rest. And God bless you. Is the longest.